Hi, I'm Barbara Seelig Brown. Today I'd like to demonstrate a recipe for you from my book, The Stress-Free Diabetes Kitchen, published by the American Diabetes Association. The recipe will be spinach, mushroom, and tortellini soup. So I have a combination of cremini and white mushrooms. I have sun-dried tomatoes. These were not packed in oil. They're just sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to chop those up. I have some fresh tomatoes that I have chopped myself, but you could also use a can of tomatoes. So the can of tomatoes could be in your pantry. Chicken stock is in your pantry. You could also use vegetable stock. I have some water, frozen tortellini, and some fresh spinach, or if you want to make this a spur-of-the-moment pantry dish, use frozen spinach. So everything really can be kept in your refrigerator for a few days. Let's start out by chopping the garlic. So place your chef's knife on top of the garlic, give it a good whack, take that skin off, and then just give it a rough chop. We do this very often on stress-free cooking because we do use a lot of garlic. We want everything to be nice and fresh. So let the garlic cook for a few minutes, few seconds actually, maybe a minute, just until you start to smell it. Once you smell it, you want to put in the rest of the ingredients. So we're going to add the tomatoes, the chicken stock, and the water. And once that comes to a boil, we just add the rest of these ingredients. So while I'm waiting for my garlic to become fragrant, I'm going to chop my sun-dried tomatoes. Sun-dried tomatoes add a lot of flavor to a dish. They're a concentrated tomato flavor because they're dried. So nice bite-sized pieces, but not finely chopped because you really want to have some texture in this soup. Okay, let's check on that garlic. And the oil is sizzling, the garlic is fragrant. So now I can add first the tomatoes, 28 ounces of vegetable or chicken stock, and 28 ounces of water because this is going to be so full of flavor we really want to add some water to this. Okay, so bring this up to a boil. So our stock, our tomatoes, and our water has come to a boil. We're going to add the rest of the ingredients. So tortellini, again, this is frozen tortellini, and you keep it frozen until you want to use it. So into the pot we go, and it sticks together a little bit, just break it apart. Mushrooms, so we have 10 ounces of freshly sliced cremini and white button mushrooms, and then I'm going to add my sun-dried tomatoes. Okay. So sun-dried tomatoes. Baby spinach, and you could actually add more baby spinach if you wanted to. I'm going to put the lid back on here and bring it back to a boil very quickly. Cook it just until the tortellini are cooked and you are done. So our soup is cooking beautifully. The tortellini is almost done. And we're just going to let this simmer. We're just going to turn this down and let it simmer just a bit. Okay, so let's take a look at our soup. I have a soup bowl and a ladle, and we're just going to put some of this into a pretty bowl. And you can see all those great ingredients. We have the tortellini, the tomatoes, the spinach, the mushrooms. Oftentimes I've added a little bit of leftover cooked protein to this, so you could add some chicken or anything that you have that's left over if you're the type of person that would like a little bit more protein in there. So there's your soup. I'm Barbara Seelig Brown. Thank you so much for joining me today on Stress-Free Cooking. I'll look forward to seeing you again soon.